Okay, folks, you've heard me before. Um, I want to talk briefly about the wall and Nancy Pelosi. Um, Nancy Pelosi, if you remember, before Trump got elected and when they lost power in the House, was already disliked even by many of her own group or Democrats, I should say. She's a power hungry lady. She'll never make president, and therefore she's trying everything she can to run things from where she's at. I don't know what it is, what kind of control she has over the Democratic Party, but for her to go back into the position that she's in was amazing, considering how many people disliked her, how much trouble she started to begin with. Um, Nevertheless, she's there. It's scary that she could become the leader of our country should anything catastrophic happen, but she's there. The next thing is I want to know is she says building the wall is immoral. How is building the wall immoral? Are we hurting people? Are we starving people? Um, are we destroying their property? Are we doing something illegal or otherwise to them? What's the difference of locking your front door to your home or the gate to your backyard and putting up a wall? I love this immoral thing. How can they're trying to push immorality because they have no other reason to try and stop it. Further's what's claimed that he wants the Statue of Liberty to symbolize America versus the wall. Statue of Liberty will always symbolize America whether you have the wall or not. We're not saying don't send immigrants, don't migrate to the U.S. We're just saying do it legally. The other thing is all these illegal aliens that put a strain on our system really spit in the face of all those that are applying and getting vetted and going through all the trouble of coming to America. They're doing it the right way and they spit in their faces and come across. That's not right either. And let me tell you a quick example of what can happen here. Many are getting pregnant or are already pregnant and come across the border, and like where my wife works, at the hospital, they pretty much don't show up anywhere until they're delivering. No doctor's visits, no nothing, because they know they'll be deported. Then, when they're delivering, everything changes because the minute that baby is delivered on American soil, he becomes a U.S. citizen and is immediately given Medicaid, which they use, and they have no ID for the mother, no nothing. So basically, what happens is the Medicaid takes care of some of the baby's expenses, but all the rest is lost and written off. And there is case after case after case after case. There are so many of them you won't believe. And this is just one hospital. So, with all the hundreds of hospitals across the U.S., and this could be theoretically happening at every one of them once, twice, 100 times, that's a lot of illegal aliens that become citizens and taking advantage of our Medicaid system on here, our Social Security system on here. So that's just one example. I know there are some hard-working, good guys out there, but they should have came through the right way. We'd love to have them. Man, I'll tell you what. Some of these illegals I've seen work 3 times harder than the people that are citizens of the U.S. for nothing. Be great to have them on our workforce, legally, paying taxes, using our facilities and stuff, and not paying any taxes for it. That's not right either. You know, there's so much going on that's wrong that doesn't get shown or reported. My question is, all these people that are against the wall. Now, mind you, the wall is not going to stop illegal aliens. The wall is not going to stop drugs. It will seriously curtail the casual walkthroughs that sneak through. And there are hundreds of them. So we know all these aliens are just coming across. We know all these drugs are coming across. Why don't they want to stop it? Makes you think a little bit. Do they have their hands somewhere hidden in the illegal alien trade? Are they sponsoring coyotes? Getting kickbacks? Or like a bad movie, are they involved with the drug trade? Why don't they want the wall? Why don't they want this stopped or slowed down or whatever? What is it going to hurt? Where is the immorality of it? Makes no sense. Pelosi makes no sense. She's dangerous. If she's doing this not because the wall isn't good. You have to look really hard and really pay attention. This was nothing more than a power struggle to show that she can knock down the president. That's why they prolonged it until they took over Congress. And that's why Trump was trying so hard to force it before they took over, because he knew once they took over, it's a lost cause. It's a lost battle. They will control it, and they will do whatever, right, wrong, or indifferent. All those that were in favor of the wall before, and all these decades that we've been talking about our secure borders and walls and everything, all of a sudden they changed to no, we don't want the wall? All of a sudden? Come on. From the day he got elected, there is a whisper campaign constantly going on in the background to stir up trouble, to make him look bad. Granted, he's like a bull in a china shop. His Twitter accounts and his speeches are just ridiculous. But you got to remember, this is a guy that came up for decades as a corporate boss and answered to nobody. So he said what he said when he said it. And now he has to try to learn to be diplomatic. So sure, his mouth gets him in trouble, but his actions are right. He is doing what everybody said we should be doing. And that scares them, because the people that help stop doing what we're supposed to be doing are very well taken care of. Why else would they not do what they're supposed to do? The steel industry in 1970, 68 was already complaining about cheap Japanese steel at the time coming in, and it was being subsidized, and that we need to put tariffs on it. 68, folks. It killed Pittsburgh. It killed Baltimore. Our steel industry is basically gone. We are now getting poor quality, high-strength steel from China in our military. That's scary. All right, but anyways, I digress. These are the things that we've been complaining about for decades, but there's always people in the background that stop it from happening because they got a new pool or a new whatever, or someone bought 10,000 copies of their piece of junk book, or whatever the case may be. We know what's going on. Trump is smart enough to realize that if he doesn't help fix the U.S. and get rid of these people and all this manipulation, there won't be a U.S. And his net worth goes to zip, because almost everything he has is in real estate. Now, you have other billionaires that have a lot more than just real estate. Well, because they got the funds to do so. Everything he's got is in developing real estate. So, yes, he's worth a lot, but it's all tied up. And he's like many others. If the U.S. goes under, they lose everything. So he's smart enough to say somebody's got to step in and make some changes. I want to keep my lifestyle. I want my money. I want to be rich. And you can't blame him for that. So a lot of these things that are happening and everything they try to blame on Trump, you got to look closer. Where did it come from, and what is the reasoning behind it? Why not a wall? What is the immorality of it? Nothing. What good will it do? It won't cure the problem, but it'll help keep it more under control. And that's what we need. So, Pelosi, scary. Just plain scary. You got to look at them closely and what their reasonings are. Okay? Anyways, this is Jim from the Pinhead Report. Once again, y'all take care.